with his head trainer, former world champion Robert Garcia.
はい、井上選手についてですね、向こうの有名選手がこう言ってたとかね、有名トレーナーがこう言ってたとか、そういうのもですね、もう新鮮味がなくなってきた感がありますけども、また同じようなこと言ってるなっていうかね。で、自分はですね、井上選手関係は、内容はもちろんなんですけども、誰が言っていたかっていうのが一番重要だと思ってまして、で前に取り上げましたメインウェザーやボブ・アラムっていうのは、あくまでプロモーターですよね。で、有名選手っていうのは自分が一番っていうバイアスがかかりますよね。で、トレーナーもですね、自分の選手であればそっちをよく言うに決まっているわけで、フレディ・ロッチがですね、井上選手とパッキャオの比較の話になった時もそうでしたよね。ガルシアもですね、ドネアのトレーナーだったんで、井上ドネアの時はドネアを推しておりましたけども、誰がよりフェアな見方をしているか、真実に近い、話をしているかと。自分が以前から注目していた一人がですね、トレーナーのロベルト・ガルシアだったんですね。で、ロス LA っていうとですね、そのローチなんかがよく取り上げられるわけですけども、世界的なトレーナーですからね、ガルシアより一つ前の年代のトレーナーということで、LA っていうとですね、日本で有名なルディ・エルナンデスさんもおりますけども、世界的なトレーナーっていうとですね、ローチやガルシアなわけですよね。ルディさんはこの前さすがだなっていうねコメントをされておりましたけども、で井上選手に関してはですね、フレディ・ローチよりね自分はガルシアの方がよりバイアスが少なめでですね、かつよりリアルな見方をしているって思ってるんですけども、そのバイアスっていうのはさっき言った通りなんですけども、このよりリアルな見方っていうのはですね、これからお話しします。でですね、皆さん一番聞きたいのは井上選手の階級アップについて、どう見ているかっていうことだと思うんですね。でその辺を中心にインタビューをまとめてるんですけども、 ガルシアはですね、まさにその点を語る上でもですね、ベストな人物だと思っております。でこれなんでかっていうとですね、2点なんですけども、一番ですね、トレーナーっていうことで、彼が見てきた選手ですね、南カリフォルニア LA っていうことでですね、ヒスパニック系の移民、特にメキシコ人が圧倒的に多いんですね。で、冒頭の通り、彼もメキシカンで、彼のジムの選手もほとんどがメキシコ系なんですね。ローチなんかはですね、本当に売れっ子だったんで、それこそジェームズ・トニーとかですね、ヘビー級のタイソンも一時期見たりとか、黒人のスター選手からですね、アジア、ヨーロッパの選手まで、インターナショナルにやってますよね。で、彼なんか昔の日本のエディ・タウンゼントさんみたいなもので、すでにですね、半ば出来上がった選手を、仕上げる、フィニッシャー的な存在だったと思うんですよね。それを言えばガルシアとかもそうかもしれませんし、売れっ子トレーナーっていうのはね、みんなそうだと思うんですけども、でですね、ガルシアなんですけども、彼のジムっていうのはメキシコ系でですね、軽量級、中量級の選手が多いんですね。ルディのところなんかもそうだと思うんですけども、日本と似てるんですよ。で、違うのはさらに中量級が豊富っていうことで、さらには重量級の選手なんかもいると。で、そういう中でよりすぐりの選手を見てきたわけですよね。複数階級制覇していくような選手、だからですね、この軽量級から中量級もしくは重量級の壁みたいなものを一番分かっているトレーナーの一人なんじゃないかと、そういうわけなんですよね。特に軽量級から中量級ですね。だから彼は井上選手の階級アップの話には、ドンピシャなわけですよね。例えばですね、彼の選手ドネア、弟のマイキー・ガルシア、あとね、ジョアン・グーズマンというね、めちゃめちゃ強い選手いましたけども、彼なんかも一時期見ていたと。で、この3人なんかも、もろそうですよね。で、ドネアっていうのは、まず彼の全盛期、スーパーフライ級から見てまして、で、バンタム、スーパーバンタム、で、フェザー転向の第1戦まで見ているんですね。で、マイキーですよね。綺麗なボクシングの。フェザー級、スーパーフェザー級、ライト級、スーパーライト。で、ウェルターのスペンスに挑戦したと。で、12ラウンドまで、頑張ったわけですよね。で、このジョアン・グズマンっていうのは、スーパーバンタムとスーパーフェザーの2階級の世界チャンピオンで、最後の方はライト、スーパーライトで、戦ったんですけども、この人なんかもね、大きい選手では決してなかったんですよね。170センチぐらいで。オリンピックなんかね、フライ級で出てるんですよね。でも筋肉質っていうか、減量級で、最後ミドル級ぐらいあったらしいんですけども、今だから彼らのこの3人のキャリアなんかを見れば、ズバリそのものっていう感じですよね。で、近年彼が一番可愛がってるっていうと、バムロドリゲス、バージルオルティス、そしてレイモンドムラタヤだと思うんですけども、まさにもう現代ボクシングシーンきっての3人のパワーハウスっていう感じですよね。で、本当にですね、そういう中量級、重量級の壁、そういうの本当にあるか分かりませんけども、ボクシングのサイズ差、階級差ですよね。で、それらを超えるためには何が必要か、どういうスタイル、選手が通用するかっていうのをよく分かっていると思うんですよね。で、もう一つなんですけども、これは彼自身の選手としてのキャリアなんですね。で、ガルシアっていうのはスーパーフェザー級の世界チャンピオン、IBF のチャンピオンだったわけですけども、このタイトルはディエゴ・コラレスに敗れてですね、失うわけですけども、恐怖のトップコンテンダー時代のね、バリバリのコラレスですね。で、やはりまだ無敗だったキューバのカサマヨルにね、挑戦して負けちゃうわけですけども、で、これっていうのはね、スーパーフェザー級の黄金時代ですよね。メイウェザー、コラレス、カサマヨール、で、WBO がアセリノ・フレータス。で、これみんなライトまで行ってね、みんなタイトル取るんですけども、で、今度ライト行ったらカスティーヨとかがいるわけですよね。もちろんメイウェザーね、もっと上に上げていくわけですけども、黄金時代ですよね。で、彼らと入れ替わりでですね、スーパーフェザーライトには、今度パッキャオ、で、ドフィン・バレロ、で、このグズマンが上がってくるわけですね。グズマンに関してはガルシアがね、後の方で一時期トレーナーしたりもしてるんですけども、 でこの幻のライバル3人と、ね、言われるんですけども、でもちろんメキシコの3強を思いましたよね。近年はですね、米国勢が復活してきまして、今、ライト級の黄金時代って言われてますけども、ガルシアはその2つ目のね、スーパーフェザーライト級の黄金時代の経験者なわけですよね。で、そういう時代の生き証人じゃないですけども、近年のね、ボクシングの、本当実際の肌で感じたその経験者としてもですね、そういった視点を持っているということで、だからこの人は本当に井上選手はですね、井上尚弥がどんなもんかと、どういう位置づけかっていうのもリアルに分かっているはずなんですよね。
Fire off and then get out of the way.
Oh,
there's a right hand from De Los Santos who comes in against Shakur. De Los Santos.
There's the frustration. There's the off the ring and trap Shakur to land that ball.
Shakur Stevenson.
Speak to Edwin De Los Santos.
So let me tell you what happened. Adam Lopez goes to spar Inoue. You know Adam. He did great. He kicked Inoue's ass, let's say, all the rounds except one.
I heard.
And Inoue's team was recording. So Adam's team said, listen guys, don't upload the video. And they said, okay. They upload the one round that he knew he did good.
And nobody has recorded?
What do you think about that,
Were
Robert?
you there?
No, but Adam told me about it a week.
Well, then you don't know what to believe, Ellie.
No, I believe Adam.
Yeah,
Because they invited him to Japan. They really were impressed with him. But let's say he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because we...
Robert, what do you think of the fight? What do you think of the fight right now?
Man, it was a good fight. I was excited about the fight. You know, I was going for Cuadras. You know, it was a good fight. I think it was close, and I thought it was closer than what the judges scored. But it was, you know, it was a good. You know, I think Chocolatito pulled it off, but the fight was closer.
Do you want to see a rematch? It looked close.
I think so. A rematch would be good.
You had Cuadras for a little bit. Were you surprised he was able to fight like this, or you expected him to do that? Did you expect Cuadras to fight like this?
Definitely, man. You know, the fight was tough. You know, Chocolatito, we all know he's pound for pound one of the best. So I think Cuadras did a great fight, great preparation. Rudy Hernandez did a good job with him. So, you know, I'm happy for them.
6,000 people were here, but they made noise like 60,000. Why?
You know what? Because people from Nicaragua, they're proud of their local hero. You know, right now, Nicaragua has nothing else to offer. They have no big names in singing or any other sports. Chocolatito's their only big name, so they showed up. You know, I think there was more people from Nicaragua than Mexicans here. You know, or at least they were louder. You see a lot more flags. So you know they're proud of their hero, and you know that's their Chocolatito's their hero.
Inoue was here. What about Inoue Chocolatito?
What was that?
Inoue Chocolatito.
Inoue was here?
Yeah.
Okay, well that yeah.
The guy with the afro and the red shirt.
I didn't know the way Chocolatito fought today. I think Inoue beats him. I think so.
So did he look like a pound for pound fighter today, Robert? Or he's number one. Did he look like a pound for pound number one fighter?
To me, that's what I'm saying. You know, they were calling him number one pound for pound, and he does have great skills. But it's you know, it was, you know, nothing away from, you know, Viloria or Sosa or those type of opponents. But you know, right now a real solid champion gave him the hardest fight of his career. Maybe a fight that was close and that, you know, that showed that, you know, to be pound for pound or be considered pound for pound, you got to be able to dominate these guys a little bit easier, especially, you know, the Inoue or the rematch with Estrada. You know, those fights are questionable there. You know, you don't know who to pick.
So does he have to take those fights now to start proving it? Because we keep waiting and we haven't seen them. Do we have to see it, especially Estrada? Do you see a different outcome this time?
That's what I'm saying. You know, especially after this fight. You know, especially what Cuadras did inside the ring against Chocolatito. I think that gives Estrada and Inoue a better vision of you know, how to beat Chocolatito. I think Chocolatito's beatable, you know, but he's also very tough and very durable. So you know, it's hard, you know, but to be pound for pound, he's got to be able to be like the Inoue or the Estrada.
Robert, what was your prediction for Cal? So
This time than he was the first time.
I have to ask you this: where is Tank on the pound for pound list now after that win?
It was a beautiful knockout, man. It was, you know, I still think he needs a few more wins. You know, say he fights Ryan or Teofimo or Haney, those top lightweights. Then or even at 130, he fought at 130. So he
and Burchett.
He could fight Gary Russell, moving up in weight. Burchett. He could fight fucking what's that fool's name that Teofimo just beat? Loma. He could fight Loma.
What would he do to Loma if he lands something like that?
Oh yeah, but then what would Loma do if Tank doesn't land? You know what I mean? So Loma's fucking talented too. So you can't just say what is Tank gonna do if he lands? No, what is fucking Tank gonna do if he can't land?
Okay, Robert, why did it take Inoue 7 rounds? I thought he would do it much faster.
Only before the fight. Don't fucking
And he did good. He made me proud. He did good. 7 rounds.
He beat the shit out of him.
He didn't beat the shit. 7 rounds means that Inoue got exposed again.
Wow, Inouye's the real deal, man.
I'm joking.
I'll tell you one thing. Inoue is higher than Tank in pound for pound?
I disagree.
Easy.
I disagree.
Oh, Ellie, look. With Tank, he was fighting a smaller
four-division
guy.
champ.
Yeah, but a smaller guy.
118-pounder.
A smaller guy,
Tank
and the
Pro
fight was very
26.
close. The
Yeah.
fight was very close. You know it.
It was a good fight.
3-2, somewhere
Yeah.
around there. Either way, 3-2 for Tank and 3-2 for Santa Cruz, whatever. It was close.
Okay.
It was close. With Inoue, he fucking dominated. He had fun. He was
Robert,
fucking dominating.
how many division champions has Maloney won? 6, 7, 8? Is Maloney the next Pacquiao?
You don't have to have division champions. Triple G is only a one division champion, and he's going to be considered as one of the best middleweights in the world.
Yeah, but a lot of his fights he fought smaller guys.
Okay, but he's only one. You don't have to have.
I'm surprised he didn't fight Josecito.
You're not supposed. You don't have to have multiple divisions to be pound for pound one of the best, or to be remembered.
Here, one of the finest trainers in the sport, my man, the former IBF world champion, Robert Garcia. Robert, first off, Fulton and Inoue, man, who do you favor?
God damn, that's a great fight, man. It's a great fight, but I give the edge to Inoue. You know, he's called a monster, and he's been proving what he's capable of doing. You know, obviously he's fighting a bigger man, so I know it's not going to be easy. I know Fulton is also a warrior and also prepared mentally and physically to win this fight, so that's why it's going to be such a great fight. But I still give the edge to Inoue.
By stoppage or decision?
Oh God, I wouldn't want to say. It's hard to say it's going to be by stoppage, man, because you know that's kind of not give. I don't know, kind of saying that that Fulton won't take his punch. I think you know any punch could hurt you, but I think Fulton is strong enough to hang in there. I think, man. I would pick decision, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If Inoue wins, is he the best fighter in the world, pound for pound?
I think the winner of Crawford Spence will be pound for pound the best fighter in the world. You know, I think right now at this time, 1 and 2 is decided by depending on who you ask. Some people might say Crawford, some people might say Spence. You know, 1 and 2. I think the winner will be number 1. Inoue should be right behind them too, because if he beats Fulton, but you know. All three names could, you know, mix up, you know, whichever order you want to do it.
If Fulton's going to pull off the upset, how's he got to do it, you think?
Man.
Like the perfect fight?
You know, it's not easy, but yeah, he would have to fight a perfect fight. Very smart, you know, because you got to be careful, man, because Inoue hits hard, and he's, you know, we know Inoue is going to be in great shape. He's very dedicated. I'm not saying Fulton is not, but, you know, I don't know. I just see that Inoue is just a little special when it comes to that.
Speaking of going out there and performing, I know you and Pita have always been very big supporters of Inoue. How great did he look against? He made me a believer because I always doubted him because the way he fought Nonito.
Unbelievable, man. That guy's, you know, that's why they call him the monster. He's, you know, he's on his way to becoming a 6th division champion, and I have no doubt that he's not good.
Okay, so his 5th division is 26, but if he gets to 30, and let's say he fights Gervonta Davis, how big of a fight is that, and who do you think wins?
But Gervonta Davis is a 135, 140 pounder.
But he can fight. He can make 30. He can make 32. They can meet half.
Right now, I know he's only at 122 pounders, so let's wait for that to happen. Right now, I'm pretty sure he's going to want to fight for the undisputed. You know, there's another champion that has the 2 belts, so I'm pretty sure they're going to fight for the undisputed. Then he still has to go to featherweight. So, you know, I know there's a lot of buzz about that, and it'll be huge. It would be huge because we haven't seen, you know, we've never had a Japanese fighter as good as Inoue, and never had an Asian since Pacquiao. So I think he's gonna bring a lot of noise to boxing, especially being a multiple division champion. But we can't talk about him fighting Tank Davis right now.
I could talk about it because I think Tank would win. But yeah, listen, they're both big punchers.
122 pounder.
Well, Tank turned pro at 26. But yeah,
but that doesn't mean he's not fighting at 26 anymore.
But
Inoue hasn't fought at 26 yet.
Okay, so Robert, on your pound for pound list, where do you have Inoue? Where do you have Tank? Where do you have Canelo?
I think Inoue is number 2, and whoever wins between Crawford and Spence will be number 1. Tank should be out there 3 or 4 because he's already earned it. He's already done his work. He already put in the work to be up there in the top 4, at least 5.
It's definitely good for boxing when we have big fights. And listen, Steve Fulton, for those who don't know, Stephen Fulton is a great fighter, Robert. He was a unified champion.
Oh, he's a great fighter, but Inoue made it look easy.
That's very impressive.
Fulton didn't even win 1 round, and Inoue just went out there confident. You could tell since the bell rang, Inoue right away controlled the center of the ring, very calm, very patient. Fulton was kind of the first jab he threw. I remember, first or second jab he threw. I seen him throw the jab, but pulling it back. Right away, that showed me that he was worried of getting countered. So right there, I'm like, oh shit, it's over. It'll be over in a few rounds.
All right, so who does he fight at 126? So let's say Inoue moves up. Let's say after he unifies, he becomes undisputed, and he moves up.
I think he will move up to featherweight.
And who can he fight at featherweight right now? Do you know?
Anybody at featherweight, but I'm pretty sure Top Rank is already talking to Mr. Honda and everybody involved with Inoue to maybe fight. Top Rank has like 2 or 3 featherweight champions. They have Robasis, whatever his name is, from Cuba. That would be a huge fight. They also have Venado. Venado, he's got a fight coming up against Joet something. He's got that fight going up against Joet, so I'm pretty sure it'll be one of those 2 guys. So he could be, a multiple division champion.
Yeah, he could be undisputed in multiple divisions.
Yes,
now,
I think so too.
Here with Robert Garcia. All right, Robert. So yesterday morning, impressive knockout, naoyainoue, 8th round over Stephen Fulton. As a trainer, what did you see? And break it down for us.
It was impressive, bro. Everybody thought it would be maybe a little bit closer fight. Obviously, Inoue was the favorite to win, and I thought so too. But I thought Fulton was going to give him a little bit more competition. But it looked like a real, mismatch. It's going to be hard, bro. Any going in against somebody like Inoue right now, that hurting everybody, kicking everybody's ass, and the word out there is the monster. Nobody's going to be able to hang in there. No matter who's going in front of them, knowing that you're going in there against somebody that everybody's talking about as, being so good and so strong, you could be the bravest man. You're going to be worried going in there, going in there against somebody like that. And I think that's what happened to Fulton, because I've seen Fulton, and he's very talented, fast. He's talented, man. But in the ring against Inoue, he just, fought a little worried, trying to avoid getting hit a lot with those hard punches. And, eventually Inoue caught him with a fucking nice right hand that hurt him, and then got him with that hook that put him down, So, it's going to be hard to see somebody really give Inoue a fight. It's going to be hard. I think we'll see that when we see him move up in weight a little bit closer to maybe junior lightweight, because featherweight, I think featherweights could give him a better fight, but I think he'll still dominate at junior lightweight, because they're going to be bigger, stronger. So he's gonna see more challenges when he moves up in weight. Right now, I don't think anybody at 122 is going to have a chance against him. Whoever he fights, and then more likely it's going to be for the undisputed title. And the guys are just going to be lucky that they fucking have Inoue fighting him in this time, fighting them, because they know that's the biggest fucking payday of their lives, and they're going to take it. Fulton, I'm not saying he went for the money, but I'll bet you he got paid more than he's ever made before in his whole career. So he took it. The champion, the other one with the other 2 belts, he's going to take it because it's going to be a huge payday for him, but he knows he's pretty much has no chance against Inoue.
Do you feel like Inoue beats Martin Tapales and becomes undisputed again?
Oh, definitely, bro, definitely. And he's going to become undisputed, and then he's going to move up to featherweight and challenge some of the top featherweights out there, and I think they're gonna get a little bit harder because they're bigger, they're stronger. So I'm telling you, that's when we're gonna probably see a few more challenges. But even at 26, I think he still dominates. But then junior lightweight will probably be where he sees where we might see him in tougher fights.
Do you think Venado Lopez, Robeisy?
Yeah, those guys will give him tougher fights. Robeisy is very skillful, very talented. So those guys are not easy for him. Venado Lopez is also very strong and will give him a really good fight. But I think Venado it has a lot of openings where Inoue will catch him and eventually beat him. But see, they're bigger, they're featherweights, so I think they'll give him more challenges. But I still see him beating them.
Do you feel like with Fulton, right? Do you feel like when Inoue was throwing his punches, Fulton was going for the feints too much? And
like I told you, I think going in there, you got to give him credit for going all the way to Japan and fighting him over there. But you also have to think about his life and think, okay, he went over there, yes, so give him credit for that. But he also went over there because he probably got the biggest payday. Like I said,
I think he made $3 million.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think he had never been anything close to that. Maybe he never made that in his whole career. I don't see him. You know what I mean? So he went over there because that was the biggest fucking payday of his career. But you could tell, since the bell rang, his punches. He was the first jab he threw. He pulled it right away, knowing that fucking Inoue could counter. So he threw the jab, but pulled it right away. Go back and check it out. That's the first thing I noticed. Pulled the jab right away. Worried about that counter, worried about getting hit. And he boxed. He tried to box, but never really tried. Like, okay, let's go at it. I think I have a chance. He kind of went in there thinking I don't have a chance, and but like I said, he still made the biggest payday. Changed his life. He's gonna be able to if he invests his money right and does the right thing, he could be set for the rest of his life.
Inoue versus Fulton.
Oh, I got Fulton.
No.
He's gonna outbox him. Inoue's tough.
Inoue's gonna knock him out, like in the 10th round.
It's in Japan. They make it the decision.
No. They just knock him out, Ellie.
Robert, what do you think? Fulton or Inoue?
10th round.
Are those San Antonio's first shorts?
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Robert.
It's gonna be Inoue is gonna knock him out, and he's gonna be the fucking king. And then Crawford Spence is gonna fucking take over all the headlines and shit. So my boy Inoue is fucked.
No, he's good. He's legendary. He's one of the best pound for pound. The only thing is that against me, he's already 30 years old, Peter.
Who?
Inoue.
Crawford Spence is like 34 and 36.
Yeah, Crawford Spence 30. Crawford is 35.
How about Tank and Inoue? What do you mean? You made him to be the best thing ever. What's the big deal? Manny Pacquiao moved up. Manny Pacquiao started at minimum and moved up.
Manny Pacquiao was on steroids.
No, he wasn't. That's allegedly, and it's not true.
Never got caught.
Never failed the test.
Allegedly.
Cannot prove it.
Manny Pacquiao did it, 8th division champion. Why can't Inoue do it?
He's not physically as big as Pacquiao.
He could get big.
No, he's 30.
So,
He's not gonna grow.
so what happens?
he's 30.
What happens if he fights Loma at 130?
At 126, Inoue would beat Loma at
130?
120. At 130, not too much.
135?
Huh? No, 135, no. That's big. Fulton, Inoue would beat, I think he's gonna beat Fulton. He would beat the Filipino guy. Who are the champs at 126 right now?
El
Lara, didn't he
Venado,
Venado,
Lee Wood,
and the Mexican
Ray Vargas, and who else?
I'm not sure. Is it Leo?
No, Leo's not.
Lee Wood, WBA, IBF, WBC, where's the WBO? Robeisy Ramirez.
Oh, Robeisy. Vargas just lost.
He lost at 130. Yeah. So at 126, those four guys, I wouldn't favor a single one of them against Inoue.
How about at 130?
Then we go to 130. Then who else is it? 130 guys are too big. Then you go to Oshaki Foster. He's a big fucking boxer. Who has the IBF at 130? It's not Venado. Venado's 126, right?
I'm not sure. That division is not.
Oh, it's Joe Cordina. And then WBA is. Who the fuck is the WBA?
Listen, ever since Mikey, a Tank or not.
El Dominicano.
Hector Garcia. Inoue would beat Hector Garcia. I don't know if he beats Oshaki Foster. No. And I don't think he beats Navarrete, and then who was the other one? And Inoue probably beats him.
Well, let's see what he.
Favor him against 6 out of the 8 champs.
Well, let's see what he does with Fulton first. Don't push him too fast.
He's knocking out Feliz.
Fulton is hard to hit him.
He's knocking out Feliz.
He's not.
It's gonna be a badass
He's
fight.
knocking him out.
It's be a great
If
fight.
he wins by knockout and then Spence Crawford goes decision, Inoue's the pound best fighter of the world. I want to see a knockout.
It's gonna be a badass fight.
Tune in. Right now, Robert, top 3 pound for pound.
Say Crawford, Canelo, and Inoue.
Why those 3?
Because I think Canelo is the most accomplished one and should, and a lot of people should be the first number 1 because he performed well in his last fight. But I just think Crawford, became undisputed and beat another pound for pound guy. So I'd say he's that's why I say he's number 1 because of that win he had. Because he also beat another top 3 pound for pound guy. So he should be he should be number 1, and Canelo right behind him, and Inoue right behind Canelo.
What would be Inoue's best fight? Right
Who?
now? Inoue.
His last fight that he had.
No, his next fight.
Oh, he's next. He's gonna fight for the undisputed against that Filipino guy. I don't know what his name is, but he's gonna fight that
He'll
guy.
probably win. It's in Japan.
Yeah,
Right?
he's more likely he's gonna win by knockout.
Okay, and then what? Does he move up to 26?
Then
Does
he could move up to
30?
26 and challenge a champion at 26, and I think he'll become champion at 26.
What about 30?
One day he will. Not yet, but he will.
How does Inoue do at 35?
I think he will complete.
Not 35, not 35, not 30.
No, 26.
30 is his limit, I think.
30?
You think he'll be a 135-pound champion? I think he will, because there's gonna be 3-4 years from now, and all those guys are not gonna
31,
be.
right?
It doesn't
31?
matter. It doesn't matter. These guys are too big. 135 is just.
Yeah, but the thing is that right now, the ones at 135 right now, they're not gonna be there for 4 years.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. 135 is a division that's just. I think it's from 130 to 135 is a big gap. I think if the guys that are champs at 130 right now, like if you look at all the champs at 130 right now, I don't think a single one of them can move up to 135 and probably become
Shakur
champ
did it,
against.
and he
Okay,
will become
but he's at
champ.
135 now. Yeah. He's at 135. Shakur, if he was still at 130, and Shakur was the undisputed champ, I know he's not beating Shakur. But out of all those guys, I don't think any of them could beat the top guys at 135. But you don't think the 135 guys could move up to 140 and become champs at 140? They can. They can. Because the 135 is always a stacked division.
If you know, right now at this point, the champions, well, it's Haney and Tank, and then we're gonna have
But
Shakur.
if you just mentioned the top like 5,
yes,
those guys
right
are
now,
fucking.
But right now. But then there's also those moments where the champions are not that
you do
solid,
get that
where
sometimes.
130 jumps to 135 and becomes champion. Yeah, it happens. It happens. It's happened before.
Yeah, maybe in
you know
3
where
years it's a little bit different.
where the champions are not as
I'd love
dangerous
to see
as they
Inoue
are
and
right now.
Tank. That's the fight I want.
Now, why? If Inoue's a 122-pounder
wanna see
and
Tank
Tank's a
versus
135-pounder, why?
that too.
I
I wanna see Tank
Then
I
versus
want to see that too. Let's make it
If
happen.
Tank beats Crawford, then he can fight Inoue.
Let's do it.
If Tank beats Crawford.
So it's
Let's
pretty
do
much
it.
the same thing.
By the way, both.
What's your thoughts on Floyd saying he likes the idea of the Gervonta Davis versus naoyainoue fight at catchweight?
Well, Inoue is a great fighter, but he's too small. We're talking 1, 2, 3 divisions.
Yeah.
3 divisions. So in that case, he's not talking about Tank fighting Charlo at 154, right? That's
Or
also
Crawford.
3. No, but Crawford's only 2 divisions.
Yeah, that's true.
With Charlo, that's 3 divisions.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
he's not even Crawford. He's not talking about Tank fighting Crawford. So it goes both ways. Obviously he probably prefers Tank to take the advantage. But in reality, it wouldn't be a bad fight actually. Because I think Inoue's badass, bro. And I don't think Tank is much bigger than size, height wise. I don't think he's maybe even Inoue's a little bit taller than him, or maybe they're about the same height. Yeah. So Charlo, 3 divisions higher than Tank, will be a big difference in size. But Inoue and Tank, maybe not that big of a difference, but it's still 3 weight classes. So I don't think we'll see that fight anytime soon. Maybe in 3-4 years from now, when Inoue is already competing at 130, because I think he will compete and dominate 130.
but it'll be 2-3 years from now.
Bob Arum said the ceiling for him might be 135. Like,
I believe so. I believe so. He's that good, and the way they brought him up and with the wins that he's been doing, you could tell that he is going to be. It's like Crawford's performance.